But I ended up flying in theater during one of the conflicts that we've had in the Middle East. And one of the planes that was flying ahead of me, they had actually gotten shot down. Thankfully, we got the message before we got pinned as well, because they were looking to take out everybody that was looking to service more supplies to a region that we were trying to protect. So I'm a young guy, 24, flying, look good, fighter, all this other stuff. I got all this stuff going for me. I'm indomitable. You're not gonna take me out. But guess what? This plane gets shot down, and I'm like, shoot, that could be me. And meanwhile, my daughter's only like 4, right? I got a very young child, and you know, my mortality was in question. I was like, oh my God, So next thing I started doing is started worrying and started panicking. It's like, dude, who's going to take care of my kid, right? So that's the first time in my life that I ever felt like I was running out of time, you know. And through my life, that sad feeling that I endured, it comes and goes every time I have a brush with death or anything. But I'm usually okay because I'm pretty confident that I'll be all right. Well, you fast forward to this, these past few years, after, suffering being homeless and suffering, living day to day, still trying to strive to make the money that you can to take care of your family. Now I got 2 more kids, and I'm not even able to pull my own weight, but every dime that I get goes to my family, so it's a lot of work, so you fast forward to right now, and then we get hit with COVID, right? And this is right after I started getting everything lined up. I'm making money. I'm looking good, got the family looking all right. But the reality is that was all on the surface because, my family, we all have some form of cancer, diabetes. We've had heart attacks, stroke, high blood pressure, all these different ailments. And by grace of God, I haven't had any of these. But, my number could be up, and just like I shared earlier with the team, this last situation with my cousin, it really shook my tree a lot. She had some health challenges, and she ended up going to the hospital just to get a regular checkup. And while she's there, they want to take a few more. They want to take a few more tests, and they find out that she's got stage 4 lymphoma. And then you go to the doctor to go see, what's going on, and they hit you with that stage 4 lymphoma disc deal. And they gave her 3 months to live, and she had gone in 2 weeks. So the sad part about it is this is during COVID. So she's in a hospital, and they don't have any beds. All the beds are taken up, and she's actually in the hospital in the hallway on one of the floors, not hooked up to anything. And she had already passed. They don't know when she passed. She could have been dead for hours. She could have been dead for days. They don't know. And then they finally come up there and they look at her and they're like, oh, well, she's not here. And instead of, there being family or loved ones around to pray for her or say anything, there's nothing. There's just, oh, let me go ahead and call the family and let them know to come get this body.